Hello, I'm Harry. I'm in the workshop at Marford Arts. We're based in Wells, Somerset, and today I'll be showing you some samples of what we do when we're making a wood grain effect, and also really sort of playing around with texture today. So I'll take you step-by-step process of how, as a scenic, we come up with this sort of sample and this sort of sample here, which I've done earlier, and we're just go through the processing. Onto the plyboard, which is up here. Just going to use some contact adhesive spray and give it a good spray over. Let it air dry. A couple of seconds. So then the bond, when they stick, they really bond together. Okay, so once it's all stuck down and secured into place, you just want to take a knife and you sort of just want to start cutting away into it, like so. We then take our steel brush wire and we start carving it in an up and down sort of motion. This gives the impression that it's the wood grain or the wood grooves within the board, and it also helps when texturing later on down the line. Okay, so once we've prepped the foam board, we can then start mixing up our texture. Texture is a great tool we use in the theatre industry and film and TV industry. This plays a massive role in getting some different textures. You can really sort of play with the water ratios to get it a smooth edge, or add more sawdust to the piece so that it becomes more lumpy as such and really get it thick. For this, we're just going to go with a mid-range sort of mixing with the sawdust and the glue and the plaster. So for this piece of aged wood, I'm going to be using raw sienna and leather lake as two separate washes. We then just give them a coat of washes over the board. This will then sort of mix with all the colours once it's dried. Roscoe paints always tend to dry lighter than what they are, so you always sort of got to apply them with maybe one or two coats to really sort of see the colours mixing together and the colour palette coming to life. Moving on, once it's all dry and rock solid, this is now bonded sort of our base tone. It's also got some yellow ochre primer with it as well, so it's already given us the base coat of colour. I'm then going to mix up some Roscoe paints. So Roscoe paints is a super saturated paint that we use in theatre. We really don't need a lot to make it go far. For this instance, I'm just going to use washes. This will then pick up all the depths and colours within the grain, giving it some more aging and texture to the piece. The last process that we're going to use is called Van Dyke crystals. Crystals is a different sort of pigment that we use. We have to use hot water to melt the crystals down to really sort of get the benefit out of the crystals. And this sort of gives a glaze and sealant and more of the aging techniques, and it also adds the darker tones to it, so it pulls the colours all in, and then you can add probably 1 or 2 coats of crystal, Van Dyke crystals, and you have to sort of really get in the nooks and crannies to make it more dark in areas and adds more depth to the piece. And there we are.